Everybody Tweets here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make custom load screens that have multiple images. So much like the old load screen tutorial, your folder in your P drive, so there's going to be some differences here. Language core, you're not going to need to mess with any of this. You can just leave all this here alone. You don't need to mess with any of this. But you're going to have in your config, your main config, it's just CFG mods config. So you're going to have your folder name with your path to game and mission scripts. And then you got this here, character scene. Now this is mainly just for the main menu part after the load screen when players are exiting the server and whatnot. It's just character positions and stuff. Then you're also gonna have your scripts, 3 game, and then this here is just to set your full images. So you'll see here that I have 3 paths here for 3 different images. Same down here, and then the same down here. Now you'll also see that there's a path to a masked PAA, and then also I have that set in here. So in your data folder in here, you'll see all the files here. So that masked, you're not going to touch. That's just a blank image, pretty much. And it helps with an overlay. So this helps with if you set the image, the DayZ logo, you did it false, and then it won't show up. The logo corner false, and then modded warnings. So that whole you're playing on a modded version of DayZ, blah blah blah, that comes up on load screens. Set that to false, and that won't show up anymore either. And that's pretty much it. So you'll see the double slash bats on each path. So you're going to want to keep those for the EDDS. But pretty much it's just like the old one. You bring up after you get your images that you want, you bring up your workbench for the DayZ tools. You convert those PAAs to TGAs, which I have shown in the past, but I'll show real quick again. You just bring up text view. You find your image that you want. That's a PAA. And then you open it in text view. Go to save as. Change the type to all files. And then .tga. And then save it. And it'll be a TGA. And then that's that. But anyways, once you get your workbench up, you'll take all your TGAs that are in here. Well, I've already converted, but I'll show you how to do it. And you can select them. So I'll just start with this one first. Just drag it over to the EDDS folder. And then boom. And then next I'm going to do the next one. And then I'm going to do the next one. Not worrying about the LS mask, that's a PAA. And then once I have all my images, I'm going to open file location. If I right click on EDDS folder on Workshop, then I'm just going to take the EDDS, copy them, and paste them into my data folder, which they're already there, and then adjust in the load screen 3 game script by just taking the names just like that, and then that's it. Now if you don't have this EDDS folder here, so say I don't have it, let me just show you here. It's very simple. Let me delete it, and then I'll show you. So if you don't have that, just go to your Steam, click on DayZ Tools, go to Manage, Browse Local Files, go to Bin, look for Workshop or Workbench. Then in here, where it's Data Platform Tools, you're just going to create a new folder, call it EDDS. That's it. And then you'll have it. And then you could just drag and drop, just like that. And then that's that. But yeah, so to recap, once you have your EDDSs all converted over, you could delete these TGAs if you want afterwards, because you're only running off the EDDS. And smaller, file types for mods is better. So once you have that, you just go through the scripts 3 game and change into the path and make sure you do it for all 3, which you can just, once you get your folder name and your EDDS name in these 3, you can just copy these and replace these down here. And you don't have to mess with anything else. And that's it. So like I said, remember, leave that mask.paa in here already. That's already in here. You don't delete that out. Leave that alone. Leave the language core alone. And you don't have to mess with anything right here. All you need to do is make sure it's where I have sample load screen, you put your folder name. Or leave it sample load screen and just change the EDDS names. That's all up to you guys. But yeah, that's it. And then you just pack it and test it. So let's pack it up. All right, so now we're loading in. You just see we got one of our custom images. You'll see the warning and logo and stuff is all gone. The only thing is there is just the little hints here. But I've never tried even removing those, so. But you'll see that we got one of our images. So what's going to happen is sometimes, well, when the load in part comes up and you get the countdown to load in, yep, see, you change the photo, and it'll be random every time. So it's not going to be the same photo. Every time you load in, you could get a different photo, or another player loads in. So it's just going to alternate between whatever photos you have. Now you can have more than 3 in there. So like if you had more, that's fine. You can have more than 3. You just adjust for it in your loading screen 3 game script. Say if I had sits, you just have sits, and then have each of the names, and then copy them and paste them down here with the other ones. So you can have more, but you want the commas after each one. Unlike retextures, you'll have something like this. If you did a retexture, you'd have all commas at the end except for the last one. But for this, you want the comma at the end on all of them. Since I'm only doing 3, I'm gonna have it as 3. But it's that simple. Like I said, it'll be a different load screen every time. So, and it just alternate between your images. That's it. So yeah, if you have any questions, well, you're in my Discord, so feel free and ask. And until then, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.